At my son's first birthday, my father said, "We don't accept this grandson," while everyone tried to laugh it off. My sister smirked. "Guess he'll never really belong here." Mom stayed quiet. I didn't fight back. I picked up my son and left with a smile. That night, I shut off their heating, reclaimed the SUV in my name, and froze every cent they depended on. By morning, their cards stopped working, and my phone filled with missed calls. The room smelled of burnt candles and leftover food, laughter mixed with fake smiles until Dad's voice cut through it. He raised his glass. "We don't accept this grandson," he said. Everyone went silent. Mom blinked hard, pretending not to hear. Lila chuckled. "Guess he'll never really belong here." Someone coughed. Someone else changed the music. I looked at my son, his little hands reaching for the balloon string. He didn't know his grandfather had just erased him. "Dad," I said quietly, "don't do this." He shrugged. "I'm just telling the truth, James. You brought shame when you chose her." The way he said her made people shift uncomfortably. Mom whispered, "Please, Robert, not tonight." He barked a laugh. "Why not? It's family. Family deserves honesty." My jaw tightened. I placed the toy car in my son's hand and stood. "Then be honest about one more thing," I said. "What's that?" This family stopped feeling like family a long time ago. I picked up my son, thanked the guests, and walked out. Behind me, chairs scraped, whispers started. Dad's voice followed me. "You'll regret walking out on your own blood." I smiled without turning. He had no idea. By tomorrow, their comfort would bleed first. I'm James Rowan, 26, quiet son. The one who listens when they scream, who fixes what they break. All my life, I've been told, "You're the steady one, James." It wasn't praise. It was instruction. Pay the bills. Keep the peace. Stay quiet. I work in logistics. Boring job. Stable income. Every raise I got turned into their repair. Mom's dentist bill. Dad's truck loan. Lila's rent. They called it help. I called it obligation dressed as love. But that night, walking away with my son's tiny fingers gripping my shirt, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Ownership of my silence. Because behind every payment slip, every favor, there was a signature they ignored. Mine. Family in frames. Dad, Robert, 59, ex-construction contractor. Loud voice, heavy pride. Mom, Evelyn, early 50s, polite smiles covering years of fear. My sister, Lila, 30, forever the victim and always forgiven. To outsiders, we were perfect. Sunday church, family photos. The Rowans of Cedar Lane. But behind closed doors, Lila's insults came dressed as jokes. "Still wearing budget suits, Jamie?" Dad's approval was rationed. One pat on the back for every $1,000 I solved for him. Mom. She just looked away whenever things got cruel. At that birthday, Lila texted me minutes after I left. "Stop overreacting. You know how Dad gets after drinks." I typed back. "Then maybe he should stop drinking when I'm around." Then deleted it. No point. Silence said more. Monday morning, Dad called. "Your mother's heater's broken. Can you send money? She's cold." The same old tone. Command, not request. I stared at my laptop screen. Invoices stacked up. "Dad," I said, "did you check the bank?" "What for?" "You'll find your answer there." What the hell does that mean? It means I turned off every account that runs through my name. A long silence. Then a growl. "You ungrateful brat! After everything I did for you!" I almost laughed. "You mean everything I did for you!" Click. That night, Lila messaged, "Dad's furious. Why would you cut them off?" Because I finally realized I was the only adult here. She left me on scene. That was the first crack, and I didn't plan to fix it. I drove to their house 2 days later. Not to fight, just to finish it. Lila opened the door, arms folded. Wow, the prodigal son visits. Here to apologize. Inside, Dad was pacing. Sit, he ordered. I didn't. You think money gives you power, he shouted. No, I said calmly. Responsibility does. You just never liked being responsible. Mom tried to step between us. James, please don't talk like this to your father. I turned to her. You mean don't talk back. That's what you taught me. Dad's face turned red. I built everything you have. You built debt, I said. I just paid for it. Lila snorted. Listen to yourself. Acting like a hero. I don't need to act, Lila. I lived it. The room went silent again. Heavy, tight. For once, I saw fear in my father's eyes. Not of me, but of losing control. 3 years earlier, Lila lost her job. She called me crying in a cafe. Please, James, just for a few months. I'll pay you back. I wired my savings that night, $10,000. She bought a new laptop, new shoes, and posted "Oh, fresh start" online. Never repaid a cent. When I mentioned it to Dad, he laughed. She's your sister. Family helps family. Months later, I asked for a small loan to start my delivery business. He said, "You're not ready for responsibility." That night, I sat on my apartment floor with unpaid bills and one takeout box. I wasn't angry, just numb. I realized love in our house was measured by usefulness. If you weren't needed, you were invisible. That memory stayed like a bruise under every smile. Back in the present, Lila's patience snapped. Dad, stop pretending. He's the reason we still live here. Dad frowned. What are you talking about? She pointed at me. He owns this place. You signed it over when you begged him to save your business. Mom gasped. Robert, is that true? He turned pale. That was temporary. I cut him off. You called it temporary when you needed me, but contracts don't expire with memories. He stepped closer. You tricked me. No. You trusted me. Big difference, Lila whispered. You knew, didn't you? I nodded. I've known everything for years. I just waited for tonight. The truth didn't explode. It cracked the air like ice breaking. Mom started crying. James, please. We can fix this. Dad's voice shook. You'd destroy us over pride? I stared at him. Over respect. You can't buy that, he said. Exactly. You earn it. Lila grabbed her coat. You're all insane, she muttered, and slammed the door. Mom reached for me. Stay. Just talk. I stepped back. Mom, I spent 26 years talking. Nobody listened. Her face crumpled. Dad finally sat down, head in his hands. The man who'd called me weak couldn't even look up. I said quietly, I gave you all my silence. Tonight, I give you the truth. Then I walked out, closing the door like a final signature. The next morning, 23 missed calls. 2 from Mom, 10 from Dad, the rest from Lila. I deleted them all. I took my son, Mason, to the park. He laughed chasing pigeons. For the first time, I laughed too. When he asked, Daddy, where's Grandpa? I said, some people forget how to love right. We let them remember on their own. That day I realized, peace doesn't always look kind. Sometimes it's just quiet and expensive. Weeks later, Mom came to my apartment. Her hands trembled holding a grocery bag. I brought muffins, she said softly. We sat. Silence first, then tears. I should have stopped him that night, she whispered. I was afraid. I know, I said. Fear was our family language. She reached for my hand. Can I see Mason? Of course. He ran out of his room, hugged her legs. She smiled, really smiled, for the first time in years. When she left, she looked back. You're nothing like your father. Good, I said. He taught me what not to be. Later that night, I stood at the window, city lights flickering like quiet applause. For once, I wasn't replaying old arguments. I was planning a gentler future. For the first time, I didn't carry their weight anymore. If you were James, would you forgive Or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Like if you've ever carried a family that never saw your worth. Subscribe for more stories that remind you. Sometimes walking away is love, and silence can be the loudest kind of revenge.